Peace, peace. This is Brother Faheem, and you are now rocking with the Lead with Logic podcast. You know the vibes. Peace, peace. Welcome back to another episode of the Lead with Logic podcast. I'm your gracious and humble host, Brother Faheem. Hey, man, we got a treat today. We have a real treat. We have another great interview, man. Another great interview. This is real special to me, man. This brother is my brother, and I'm gonna bring him on up to the stage. This is brother Askia the Great. This is my brother, man. And let me do the introduction for Askia. He's a dad, a husband, 23-year E8 senior chief in the Coast Guard, business owner of the world famous Chinese baby company. Um, just all around great guy. Tennessean, well traveled, well versed, super humble, super down to earth, super wise, and is making moves and been making moves for years. And I'm humble, man. This is a real treat, y'all. Y'all give it up and say what's up to my brother Askia Carhee. I call him Askia the Great, y'all. What's going on, Askia?
Everything's going good, man. Just taking it easy.
Let's take
Humbled and gracious to be on the podcast with you, though, definitely.
Man, listen, the treat is mine, brother.
Yeah.
The real
Yeah.
treat is mine, man. Man, Askia has been, I think, to give you guys a little bit of backstory with me and before we get into the interview, me and Askia met around 2000 and what, about 2007, maybe 2000,
2006. 2006.
2006. We both have a mutual brother by the name of Keon Quando Royster. Or is Quando his first name?
Keando. Keando is
Keondo.
his first. Yeah.
Keon is what we call him.
Mm-hmm.
Royster. That's both of our brothers. And so it was a time that they were both in Guam. And man, I would talk to Keon all the time, and he would be telling me about his roommate who was a skier. And man, positivity just resonates. And I don't know. I think maybe one time we got on the phone or something. We started talking or something, and it just. Do you remember a skier?
I definitely do. I remember just you would call for Keon. That's back when we had landlines, and we would just build positive energy over the phone. You know.
all the time, man, all the
Yeah.
time. And a skier, man. Like I said, he was always is a super spiritual, super esoteric, right? And super humble dude, man. And I was drawn to that. I was really drawn to that, as people are, that light that he has, man. So, hey, man. Hey, listen, Askia, man.
Yeah.
Tell the audience a little bit about yourself, man. A little bit about your you. We know you from Tennessee, man. Can you tell us a little bit about your upbringing, your backstory, big brother?
Yeah, I definitely can do that. It's not a problem at all. My name is Askia Carhee, born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee, and I actually have some history in Atlanta. I was in Atlanta from pretty much first grade into third grade. I spent a lot of time there. Coming up, we had a lot actually. I came up. My dad was an appraiser, really good job. We lived on Janice Drive in College Park, but life takes its turns. And around the time I was 8, my parents separated, and so that took me back to Memphis, where I was actually born. And so from I believe the third grade until I graduated and joined the Coast Guard, I lived and raised in Black Haven. That part of Memphis. I know Jay, he has some ties to Memphis as well. So, I have a lot of history. I lived in Westwood. I actually lived in North Memphis for a little while as well. And I have ties to South Memphis as well, because that's where my grandmother lives. And from there, from Memphis, I pretty much joined the Coast Guard in 2000. Uh, and that's from my time in the Coast Guard, I moved to Mobile, Alabama. That's where I met my wife Kirsten, and I actually took a short tour from Guam, and I'm from Mobile. Belay my last. That's a Coast Guard term when you're trying to correct what you're saying. So yeah, I took my talents to Guam, and like that's how I met that mutual friend that brother Faheem mentioned, Keon, which is a very important mentor, friend, and like somebody that I learned a lot from.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, same with me. Same with
yeah,
me. I think Keon was both of our big brothers.
yeah,
Super humble cat, super loving guy, just down to earth, same positive energy, and funny as all get out too, and
yeah,
and a lightweight comedian.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We all are in some way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely, man. So you were here in Atlanta. I didn't know that you had roots in Atlanta, and then you moved further. What I guess that's west, further west to Memphis, where your
yeah.
mom is from.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What was that like, Askia? Because I grew up kind of moving around too, and I know that it takes a toll on us, man. Not being able to be in one place. You know,
Mm-hmm.
with a villages, I'm sure you had a support base. You know, that kind of softens it and makes it, you know what I mean, makes up for what you might have missed and kind of reassures you. But there's still a little growing pains. What was that like for you coming from Atlanta to Memphis? How did that transition go for you, big brother?
It was a little culture shock because I came in with I had two lines going down the side of my head and a ducktail. In Atlanta you call them ducktails. In Memphis they call them Gucci's.
Right.
So my swag was definitely a little different. But a lot of people in the neighborhood I kind of knew because my grandmother's neighborhood was back in the days very close knit, and my I pretty much went to school in Memphis with the people that my mom grew up with, their kids. So you know how that lineage thing carries on. But like I was telling you before, I did have a nomadic life. We moved around a lot. We stayed with my grandmother. We stayed with my uncle. We stayed in this apartment complex. Bounced around to another apartment complex. So I always used to like moving around to different places and changing schools, and a little traveling with that as well. Yep.
Hey, hey, would you say, Skia, would you say that helped you remain humble? Hey, man, ever since I known this brother, it's been the same. He's been the same, man. What did Jay-Z say? I never changed. This is Jay every day. Hey, this is A every day. He never changed. Did that
Yeah.
help you, man, stay humble, going through those things, moving around? How did you find that strength, big brother, to be the person, the product that you are? You see what I'm saying?
I think it more so helped me to adapt to different situations because you can probably be the man in this neighborhood and be, have no clout if you go somewhere else because
Right.
nobody knows you. So I can definitely adapt to different situations. You may be popular in one place and maybe nobody may know you. So you kind of get that balance of you know being able to navigate through certain situations if things are this way in this area and it may be different in another area. So it definitely like humbles you to let you know, like, just because this crowd is screaming your name, what I'm saying, you may just be a little needle in a haystack somewhere else.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Yeah.
I know I saw where, man, your dad, you talked about him leaving, so it was you and your mom and that village, man, that community that helped you.
Hmm.
What were some of the circumstances that led you to go to the military at 20? And I asked that because I was the same way.
Uh-huh.
A lot of us, man, I moved around a lot as well. And a lot of us, that military offered stability, it offered security, and it offered a way for us to be independent and really give back to our mothers, to our families who had gave so much. What were the circumstances, that brought you to leave home and go into the military? Like, how did that happen, big
That's
brother?
yeah, that's an interesting story. Like when I was 18, I had already in high school kind of made the decision that I needed a plan B. So in high school, I was in ROTC just as a backup plan if I wanted to, go if college didn't work out and I wanted to join the military. So I already had it as a plan B. And as a senior, I had intentions on joining the Marines, but my family had a big intervention. My grandmother, both grandmothers, my mom, my dad, they all kind of huddled around to stop me from making that transition into the Marines.
Mm.
I was rebellious against that decision because I didn't understand, why would they, try to stop that decision. I don't think they it's something my mom wanted me to do. I have an uncle that was in the Marines and he did 2 tours in Vietnam and he was kind of out there, man. But definitely a strong male role model for our family as well. Uh, he had some circumstances that kind of paralyzed him, a motorcycle accident. But he was a wild dude, Faheem, man. He was definitely a protector of all the women in my family, but a strong dude. But he was a little crazy too, and my mom may have thought it came from the Marines, so she kind of helped step in and guide me away from the Marines when I was trying to make that transition
Yes,
over
sir.
to the yeah. But 2 years later, just trying to pay for college and working 2 jobs, I just, I prayed for direction. I used to, Fahim, I used to pray in a UPS truck, loading a UPS truck. I would pray in
Wow.
that truck like a lot and just ask God for direction. Whenever it was slow, because when it's hot, it's no AC in that
In that
truck.
van.
Yeah,
Right.
in that 18-wheeler, that trailer. And when it's really cold, it's no heat. So that's some time to reflect if you really want to be spending the rest of your adult life, loading trucks or whatnot, or do you want to, try to get out there and do something else or see what's out there? And I prayed for direction for a good 6 months. I would pray consistently, and that's what led me to the Coast Guard. A high school buddy of mine had the actual master plan of us going through and joining the buddy plan, but at the last minute, he backed out, and I went on with it, and we're both still cool today. He's doing good, and I'm doing good. We just took 2 separate paths.
That is awesome, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
it sounds like your uncle was like Witherspoon, John Witherspoon. That's what I always think of. I always think of
yeah,
John Witherspoon character when I think of my relatives that went to the war and then came back a little, cuckoo for cocoa puffs.
yeah,
Not to say that he was, but I remember the episode. Remember he came over to Martin's that Thanksgiving. He was like Martin. He was crazy. So
yeah. We got stories. My uncle Julius, man, he was hard on my older brother. For some reason, he used to cut me. He used to give me a break. But my little brother and my older brother, boy, you
It,
know,
yeah, he was probably, and it was probably, you know what, Askia, if you were the way you were now, people recognize it, man. It don't take a
uh,
whole day to recognize sunshine, like
yeah,
common say, and that's not to say that your brothers didn't have that light because they did, but
mm,
everybody's different, everybody's personality is different, so he probably was like, this one is humble, but these two, they might need, they might need to get the rab. Is that what it was, Askia, man?
and I don't know what he saw, man, but he used to jack my brothers up, man. Tighten them up is what they call it.
Right.
Yeah,
Sometimes we need that, man. Sometimes we
yeah, that's
do.
true.
We need it, man. So, what are some of those life lessons, man? This is a dual question for you. What are some of those life lessons that you learned from your mom? Because you said you mentioned her. I
Mm.
was reading a little bit of your bio, and you mentioned her making a lot of sacrifices. What were some of those life lessons that you learned from your mom, and also some of those life lessons that you learned while being in the Coast Guard that you use today, man? You know what I mean? Apply to your personal life.
Okay. The life lessons that I learned from my mom was definitely work ethic, man. My mom always worked hard to take care of her four children. I have two brothers and a little sister. I'm the middle child, so I definitely learned work ethic from her, and also with the Coast Guard life lessons taught me was actually to just remain steadfast and like you said, I'm like this being even killed, through situations like don't not letting, abrupt changes. You know how military life can be, or like being deployed for an additional amount of time that was originally uh, given to you could be something that could actually kill your spirit. So,
That's right.
and my humbleness it really comes from uh, and the lessons learned from the Coast Guard. To be honest with you, like the jobs that I had before I joined the Coast Guard, man, like you can definitely tell the quality of life from my civilian work life and my military work life. I definitely didn't feel like I was like like they had zero concern for me. Like
Right.
my well being was a lot better with the Coast Guard. I will say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen, that is awesome, man. Now y'all can't tell from looking at brother Askia, but Askia is about a good 6'6".
Yeah.
He I know Askia, I never did you hoop? I know y'all played. I think you did you were you on that Guam football team that Keon were
No,
y'all?
I wasn't. I wasn't on that team. That team was a really good team. The last time I really hooped was junior high school. To be honest with you.
Wow. Hey
Yeah. Yeah.
man, no, it's cool, man. Listen,
Hmm.
tell me before we go into this. I talked about his world famous company, Chinese Baby Company.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna pull up while he's talking. I'm gonna pull up his website so that you all can get a glance at the excellence that he's doing and all the great things. And we're gonna find out where he's gonna be at, some of the things he's gonna be doing. But tell us how Chinese Baby Company was born. I'm
Oh
gonna
man,
pull up.
that's an easy one. Like you said, I met Keon in Guam when we were roommates. I had some downtime from the actual duty I was standing while I was stationed in Guam, and I was just at my computer one day, and I've always been into clothes and fashion, and I always had a dream of like starting my own apparel company with like t-shirts, hats, hoodies, like the Basquiat baby hoodie I have on right now. So the heavy Oriental influence from living in Guam is pretty much where I got the Asian influence of like calling it the Chinese baby company. Uh, the food that I was accustomed to eating while living in Guam, as well as the culture, the Chamorro culture, is definitely Asian influence, and just being so close to the Philippines, taking trips to Korea with Keon for the first time. It was an abundance of appreciation for Asian culture and food. So that's how the Chinese Baby Company was born. And also, it was a nickname that I had when I was a baby as well. Yeah,
Man, and it started in 2006.
that's correct.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, so that was around the same year we met then.
Yeah, definitely. I was starting it. I was getting T-shirts made at that time. Learning the process, learning how to get everything done.
Absolutely. Yeah, the ins and the outs. Man,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
one thing I love about man, the Chinese Baby Company is it has so much meaning, man. It has
Hmm.
a spiritual meaning. Like when you look at some of these uh shirts, like right here, and I'm gonna pull up where you guys can follow him also on Instagram as well. But God knows I'm trying. Man,
Yeah,
that's so relatable. How'd you come up with that skill, man? How did that come to
man.
how'd you
The
think to
inner,
create
inner,
that?
yeah, definitely. Enter it. I actually got that from a Drake song. You wouldn't believe. It's actually a Drake
What?
song about Mandela called Madiba's Rhythm, which is
Hmm.
Mandela's nickname
Tribal
or
name. That's his tribal
yeah,
name. Absolutely.
tribal name. Yeah. And the hook on the that song is God knows I'm trying. And so that's where I actually got that from. It just that song just Mandela for the first, that's just his story resonates with me as something I hold near and dear to my heart. And also just that hook, it definitely is just like a slogan or like an anthem that I live by. Like every day I'm trying to do better, be a better person, you know, be better spiritually, be better in my finances, be a better husband and a family man and a friend, and better with community outreach as well.
Man, that is awesome. That is awesome. Man, that is very, very awesome. Now, uh, I'm glad you mentioned that community
Hmm.
outreach. Community outreach. You had mentioned in Dade County, you were mentoring BBBS,
Hmm.
and that was in the public school. What is that about? Could you give us the acronym? What that means?
BBBS is Big Brothers Big Sisters
Okay.
uh, in Dade County, and Miami is the city. Dade is the county. Dade and Broward County are two of the biggest counties in America. Their school system is huge,
Hmm.
and I was mentoring through Big Brothers and Big Sisters for about 2.5 or 3 years, and I gained a wealth of knowledge. It's something that I always wanted to do. Like growing up, I always wanted to be involved with the Boys and Girls Club or Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts, things of that nature. And in that time, I just being around Miami, I would meet people, and I found out like that. This young lady that I met there was actually into pretty heavy into actual community outreach and mentorship and stuff like that. So just talking to people is how I got started and involved. And also there was a, a program that the Coast Guard had partnering with a high school that actually had another mentoring program called Champs. So I actually started mentoring a young man named Malik Ferguson out there. I'm still close with him and his family to this day, and his younger brother has a lot of struggles, medical issues, and things of that nature. This young man really wasn't supposed to live past 16, but he's 22 now. He's a friend of my family now, and Faheem, man, he's eating Thanksgiving dinner with my brother this Thanksgiving in Houston, Texas. So, you know, those
Wow.
small connections can go a long way.
Hey man, listen, that's not small. If you have
Yeah,
influenced, if you have impacted one person, big brother, then you have impacted the world.
yeah,
Islamically, there's a saying: if you kill one innocent person, then you've killed the whole world. But if you help one person, you saved. If you save one person, then you saved the whole world. So,
okay,
see, that's what I'm saying, man. That's the type of vibration that brother Askia. That's not anything that he just got or some kind of epiphany he's had. That's always been a skill that I've known since I met brother and Askia, man. You just took me back, bro. 2006, bruh.
hmm
This is 2023.
yeah, yeah.
I
It don't
didn't even.
seem like it's been that long either.
It don't, bro. It really
Yeah.
doesn't. And one thing about brothers like Askia, man, we'll go maybe a few years without talking,
Hmm.
but when we pick back up, it's like, okay, it's like you coming out of the timeout. Okay, let's go right back on into the play. Let's go. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Let's pick
Yeah.
right back. Let's pick the play up right where we left off. That's
Definitely.
amazing, man. That is amazing, man. What are some of the events? I still got your site up. Could you name or could you talk about some of the events, some of the things you've been able to do with Chinese Baby Company, in Miami, and some of the places that you've been, some of those experiences that is allowed you to do, and what did you take from it, man?
Yeah, I know a lot of people out there are probably familiar with love and hip hop. Like I was actually attending like several different events for brands, and I met uh, Amara La Negra, just
Mm.
chance event. And then, I'm a hustler, so I had my merch on me, and I just approached her and asked her would she like a shirt, and she liked the message. It resonated with her as something that she actually wore during her Sky Vodka campaign, and those same pictures are on my Instagram page. So
Really?
just yeah, definitely,
I'm
definitely.
about to pull it up now. I'm about to pull it up. This is Chinese Baby Company. Y'all go on over there, y'all. Chinese Baby Company. Go on over there and patronize. It's great quality merchandise. It means something. It's black owned, and you will be wearing and rocking something that has a meaning. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take y'all over to the IG right now so
Okay.
that y'all can see, man, brother Skia. But man, whoo, uh, so you got to meet Amara La Negra. That was one event.
Hmm.
Have there been any other events? Maybe you didn't meet somebody, but maybe you were networking. Maybe you were able
I,
to impact some people.
yeah, definitely. Last year around December, I think December 4th to be exact, I had a pop up shop. I In 2020, I got orders to New Orleans, Louisiana, and about a year and a half out of being in New Orleans, I moved over to Slidell. So I actually did my first pop up shop in the development that I live in, and I had about 13 or 14 black owned businesses. They all got a chance to display their. I had a bartender there. I had my wife's company, Fika Coffee. There, she
Mm,
was selling her coffee, and I had my sister in law, her photography company was there. Had a caterer cooking food. I had like I said, I had a bartender, and I had about two or more clothing vendors and different type of specialty apparel, candles. I have another good friend of mine named Monica. She had her brand there. Her brand is called Moni and Me. It was a lot. It was a good time, an excellent high scale event for my first event. I was so impressed by the outcome of that event. It's I set the bar pretty high, so I have to make sure the next one I do is really good. So
man, was
yeah.
it? I know it was a huge. Was it a huge turnout? Hey, man, how was it?
Yeah. It was a good turnout with the community. It was. I did it like I said, I did in the development that I live in the
Hmm.
amenity center. So we have a huge community. So a lot of people, a lot of good foot traffic, and a lot of vendors got a chance to make some good sales there as well.
That is awesome, man. That is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up Askia's Instagram so that you all can check that out as well. Because
Okay.
I think that you will be intrigued. This
Okay.
is it's God knows I'm trying, right?
Yeah.
And you'll see on there, man, he has his merchandise. He has the people on there, man, who are supporting his merchandise. This was one of
Yeah.
the events, Askia.
No, that's not an event. That's a that's actually my cousin. She sent me there from Memphis, Tennessee. That's not the event. But if you scroll down a little more, I think you may be able to see it on there. But if you don't find it, that's definitely
uh-uh.
okay.
No, I'm gonna scroll right on down. You should be seeing it. You should okay, you got the Memphis. Whoo, you got the Memphis State on there
Right
too.
under there, you'll find that's the event right there.
Right here.
Right under the lady with the hat.
Right here.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And look at that. I see you, man. You look, you in all praise, giving thanks, big
Yeah,
brother.
I'm always thankful to God, man. The
Yes,
DJ
sir.
there, man, fun fact, he's actually Big Frida's DJ. The DJ that DJ at the event. Uh, you have Ari. She actually hosted the event, and also Monica. I couldn't have put that event together without her help, man. She helped me curate the event. She actually guided me from A to Z throughout the whole process of event planning this event, and I couldn't have made it happen without her, and also my family support as well.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And
Man,
also
so
that's my shining star little brother right
right here.
next to me as well. He came from Houston and showed me some love as well. So it was a good time, a great event.
Man, it looks like it was great. And man, you kept it, man. You kept it right in perspective. Like, hey, let's keep God in the middle of this thing so that it can
Yeah.
stay and hold strong. I love it, big brother. I love it. That's you staying true to who you are. Is this her right here? Is this Del Negra?
I don't think so. Not on that one.
Amara Del Negra. Okay, I said, man, you gotta you have it. Look at that. Let me.
Oh, that's her right there. If you play that video, that's her Sky Vodka event right there.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That is a fun fact, y'all. So this had to been what year was that, Askia?
I think that was 20
22?
2019. I think I'm if I'm not mistaken. It was right before I left Miami.
And it was, yep, and it was pre-COVID. It
Pre-COVID. Yep.
was pre-COVID. So I'm talking to Askia, and he was like, man, I'm gonna be at this spot. And because I was at that point, I was trying to get my gear together, right? I was trying to get Lead with Logic off the ground, my
Mm-hmm.
shirt.
Yeah.
And I remember, man, I was telling Askia, I was like, man, you know what? Man, I'm trying to do something. And he was like, well, watch this. I'm gonna be at this I'm gonna be at this big event. Man, if you send me some of your stuff, if it's some people out there, hey man, I'll put it in the people's hands. And I was like,
Yeah.
word. And he was like, yeah, man. He's like, look, Del Negro gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? So look, if she'll take it, I give it to her. It'll get offered. You just send it to me, and she'll be able to see it. And I didn't follow through, but Askia did, and you see how it worked. You see what happened, man. And the brother is blessed, man. Yeah. So, woo, Askia. Now, the God knows I'm trying. That's just one of the designs. How you come up with your designs, Askia? Is it a formula that you have? Because like you said that you got that from a Drake song and you really
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed the hook. So what's really your process of creating
Man,
your merch?
Faheem, I can't lie to you. They just come to me like the slogans or like the designs that I have on my Instagram page. Like I just have a creative mind. They come to me, I write them down, and I actually sit down with a graphic designer or something like that. I sketch them out, and then I send them their sketch to them, and I just have them, created in whatever. Adobe Illustrator or whatever platform that they use to actually bring something like that to life. But ideas are constantly coming to me. Like I actually got something that I'm about to launch pretty soon, and it's definitely gonna relate. It's very relatable, is what I'm trying to say. Something that
Absolutely.
everybody can relate to.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's all. That is all that it has been thus far, man. Your whole
Hmm.
vibration, everything that you've been into, brother, has been touched by the divine. And man, I know that it's gonna continue to be dipped in that divinity, man. As long as
Yeah.
you the guy who you are, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That thing is
Definitely.
gonna keep on moving. It's gonna keep on rolling. Um, any upcoming? You say you got the your new project coming out. Any
Mhm.
upcoming events, any pop-up shops, anywhere that the people can support other than the website, which is Chinese Baby Company, and on Instagram it's God Knows I'm Trying. What else can we where can the people find you, man, like events wise?
No, November 25th, I'll be at a pop up shop here locally in Slidell, Louisiana, and I'll put that information on my Instagram page so I'll put the flyer on there if anybody viewing this podcast is actually in Slidell, Louisiana, or New Orleans, Louisiana, or the surrounding area, you all can come check out my brand, Chinese Baby Company. And you can also check out my brand on ChineseBabyCompany.com. And I definitely want to give a special shout out to my wife, Kirsten Carhee, and her company, Fika Coffee. And it's you can actually view her coffee and tea on FikaCoffee.com as well.
How you spell that?
That's going to
Askia
be FEK. I'm sorry, FEEKA coffeecomingspelling.com.
I'm glad you said that. I was gonna say that is dope.
Yeah.
Fika Coffee. I'm gonna pull that up so the people can see if that's all right too. Askia,
Oh, no
man.
problem.
I want the people to see. I love it, man.
Yeah,
Both of y'all two business owners, y'all support each other.
definitely.
That's the way to do it, man. That is the way to do it.
Hmm.
What sparked your? I know you said you were just sitting around, you wanted to create something. When you were growing up, man, did you have any idea? Did anybody have any businesses that you saw? Either one of your parents? Did you have a friend who might have had a dad who had a store? How did the spirit of entrepreneurship hit you, brother?
It's just being in the Coast Guard, being around senior leaders that had their own side businesses and everything. Uh, I have a lot of business driven people in my family as well, and a lot of people that were in the military. My uncle that I mentioned earlier, Julius, he was in the Marines, but he was an electrician. He has on he had his own business doing electrician work as well. But the primary motivator for the business has just been my love for fashion, man. I don't consider myself like this super fashionable dude, but I think I do have an eye for certain things. God blessed me with the ability to bring people together and also be able to put a decent outfit together as well.
That's an, hey, that's
Yeah.
important. That's it. Hey, and you know what? When I've
Uh huh.
seen you, when I look on your Facebook, when I look on
Yeah.
your Instagram, hey, you stay fly, bro. That
I
that
try, man. I try.
you stay fly, big brother, and it's
Yeah.
your own unique style too. It's nothing that is uh super duper common in the mainstream, right? It's
Yeah.
something that I can
Yeah.
see that you've tailored and you've thought out. Like, okay, this is the look that I want to project out there.
Okay.
Look, I'm looking, man. I'm looking for the brothers and sisters, the ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls out there. I'm trying to get your wife's coffee.
Okay.
What is it? What is it? Askia, man? Fika
It's
coffee.
FEEKA
Hmm.
coffeecommonspelling.com.
Coffee. You say common spelling?
Yeah.
COFFE.
Yeah. Yeah.
Coffee.
And let me
Got
grab her business card right quick. I don't mean to go off camera.
it. No, no, you good.
Mess the
You good.
vibe up.
No, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good. I'm trying to.
Yeah.
I keep
It's
getting. Go ahead.
I
I
can
keep. I'm.
it's FEEKA
Mhm.
COFFEE.com.
Yep, that's what, man. That's what I'm putting in there, and you know what I keep getting, the Askia? Fika coffee roasters.
Oh no.
Hold up, you know what? I'm gonna, because I want to get this, man. We gonna do this, because this
Or
is
you can pull it up on Instagram as well.
okay. I can do that. I'll do that. Hold on, let me go back to the gram. Instagram. Let me see real quick while I'm doing this. How
Hmm.
has entrepreneurship? How is fatherhood? Because you a dad.
Yeah.
How has fatherhood impacted entrepreneurship or impacted your drive to be a successful entrepreneur?
It's definitely been a motivational factor in the process because definitely the first pop up shop I did, I had my daughter there. The event I did here in Slidell, Louisiana, I had her there. So I'm putting her around her parents, conducting business, and just trying to put that spirit in her that she can be business minded, business driven, and like not not more so of a purchase and that's just being a actual uh I don't want to say uh a person that's constantly consuming. uh
Yeah,
yeah, she can
yeah.
actually provide products and services herself to the community she's living in as well. So that's big on me. You don't have to actually be the person that's buying something all the time. You can actually be a person that's providing a product or a service. Like a nickname I gave myself, man, is the merch dealer. Hats, t-shirts, hoodies, bracelets. Man, I'm all about it. Like I even helped my wife like with some merch. Before she even started, I had her T-shirts ready to go for her and everything like that. So I'm all about merch, man.
I'm gonna show you. I need your guidance on this, Askia, so we can get the right one because I want to get your wife's business out there. It's you
Okay.
see that Fika Coffee Roasters. You see that right there,
Yeah, I see that.
and then you got Fika Coffee and tea.
Yeah, that's it. Figure
Okay,
coffee and tea.
okay, okay. Yeah, I didn't want to, man. I was like, man, let me see what we got. Okay, it's
That's it.
okay. Okay. Oh wow! And look at it, and now we can go. Beautiful. We can go to the website. Let me see. Now this is we're gonna go to the website, but it went to another one. But I'm gonna okay. This is oh wow. That's hey man, that is awesome. That is amazing. And look who is this?
Got the kid and the figure and coffee and T-shirt. Yeah, that's what's up.
Yes, sir. Got the look. Look at him.
Yeah.
Look at the kid doing it big. Fika coffee and tea. What I'm gonna do real quick, man. Um, man, I'm appreciative, man, and I'm liking it. I'm loving it, man. When we move
Hmm.
to the next portion of the show, after I,
Uh-huh.
pull up your wife's uh, 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 site, we're gonna go to the
Yeah.
next portion of the show, man, where we get into a little logical things and we get your perspective on some issues that are affecting the
Okay.
community, man. Because we always talk, I think a skill will tell you, man. He would tell the viewers like I've always been a guy who tried to deal with things positive, but also, be intelligent about things and make intelligent decisions, man, and just have an informed uh, perspective on things. And so uh, that always people tend to like substantial, uh, insightful conversation, and I know I
Yeah.
do because I feel like I've gone away learning something.
Uh-huh.
uh, I feel like I've gone away, and I got that from you as well when we would talk. Very logical, very down to earth, very informed. And so, man, I love when we can have these conversations like this, man, and put it on camera because, as you can see, Askia, all people are doing is having conversations like we're doing. Celebrities,
Yeah.
people are paying to watch celebrities have conversations the same way me and you have, or me and you and Keon. It's no different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's just
definitely.
they just have a little bit more they already have an audience. It's like
Uh-huh.
ready-made pancakes. Just add podcasts and you can
Yeah.
go. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They
Yeah, I
got
do.
everything already. Yeah, man. So I'm pulling up Fika Coffee. What's a little bit of the backstory about it while I'm pulling it up?
Fika, what it actually means is coffee break.
Oh wow.
In in us in I want to get the right the
It's
language
Swahili.
correct. No, not Swahili. It's more European in in
Sweden.
yes, in Sweden.
Swedish. I
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Look at it. Okay. Okay. Fika. Man.
Yeah, very nice professional.
Yes, sir. Mugs, nighttime. I'm gonna go into
Yeah,
some
you
of
need
the
coffee mugs, tea. You need coffee. She has decaf and caffeinated coffee.
oh wow. That Brazilian
So
sounds
definitely a
good.
quality brand.
Yes, sir. And good
Yeah,
prices too.
yeah,
Brazilian medium espresso roast, Colombian
yeah,
medium. All right. Fika
yeah,
coffee mug. All right. Tea bags. I'm a big tea fan, man.
yeah,
I'm big on tea.
yeah. You got to get you on the wife song, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For Kwanzaa,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
I'm gonna have to, man. I'm gonna have to. And look, the contact information is on here. Y'all put it all in. Put your email in there. And
yeah.
man, Fika, whoo, you doing it big, Askia, man. You are
Man,
doing
I
it. See,
appreciate that.
no, I appreciate you. Now, man, now that we know a little bit, we're
Uh huh.
familiar with brother Askia, man.
Yeah.
Man, we want to get into some topics that are not really pressing, but the masses. It has the attention of the masses, right?
Okay.
Um, a skier like myself, you know, we like to deal with things that have deeper spiritual meaning, right?
Hmm.
Just because it keeps us grounded, keeps me grounded, keeps brother grounded. And you know, one of the things that Skia says all the time is, man, look, I believe in minding my business, and I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Um, it's a thing called bait and switch out there. You know how it works, Skia. You know, you present something to draw people in, and then
Yeah.
once they're drawn in, you then give them boom what you're really trying to get them to have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I look at a lot of these topics, some of the ones on the celebrity side, as bait and switch.
Okay.
Uh, you understand? So,
Yeah.
um, you know, I try to, no, I do enhance people's knowledge, wisdom, and understanding with the Legal Logic Show.
Hmm.
So, what I like to do is take a premise and use something that's in the mainstream, some type of news, right? That
Okay.
I know our community is watching and really break it down. So it's three things, man, that are pressing that I see right now that I'm gonna be releasing a podcast of me breaking down, right?
Okay.
And what it really deals with is, you know, the black male image or the black male financial powerhouses in Hollywood or in the entertainment industry,
Hmm.
and what their matriculation has been, right? When we look at people like Bill Cosby, we understand the back end, you know, he did 36 months in prison, but on the
Hmm.
back end before that, he was really trying to buy a network to show positive imagery of black people because he understood the power of imagery because a lot of that stuff is subconscious. You know what I mean? It sticks with us.
Hmm.
You look at somebody like Michael Jackson, who was, you know, rest his soul when he was here, man. He had a hard time, but
Yeah.
people didn't realize that he was a shrewd businessman and
Yeah.
he was
And
connecting. Go ahead.
and I just want to chime in on one thing with Michael Jackson and
Please
definitely
do.
how important the wisdom from your elders are.
Yes, sir.
My uncle told me something that was like very interesting. You know, the times that when they were calling Michael Jackson Wacko Jacko and pretty much, you know, dehumanizing him, you know. And my uncle explained to me when, you know, the mainstream media is dehumanizing a person, you know, they're setting this person up for, you know, deletion, you know. So
That's
I just
right.
wanted to tap in on that,
No,
touch on it. What? Yeah.
I'm coming
Hmm.
right back to you. I'm coming
Yeah.
right back to
Yeah.
you, boss. Keep
Mm.
that. Keep that. That's exactly where I'm going. You beat
Yeah.
me to it. The vilification of
Hmm.
these black male and black female too, but we really see it with the black males, right? It
Yeah.
happens to us all, but I've only seen it with black males. Um, the vilification, what he went
Yeah.
through, and he was really a shrewd businessman. People don't really
Hmm.
talk about that.
Yeah.
The new one that we see is Will Smith, right?
Hmm.
And this is not something that has just happened, right? This is something that's been in the pendulum. It's been swinging this way for a long time, right?
Okay.
You know, a skill, you know, I heard a while back him and Dwayne Martin had a secret love affair when, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
Uh, of course, it's everything with him and Jada, him and his wife. Um, is your take on people's infatuation with Will Smith being dragged through the mud? You understand? What the new allegation is he's gay and he's
Yeah.
in a homosexual same-sex relationship with Dwayne Martin.
Mhm.
What do you think about, like we said, black male, that image, and them being vilified and pulled down?
Yeah. I would be uh, remiss in my duties as a, 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 a man that's trying to be honorable and
Yes, sir.
not stating that I've heard several rumors in the past and
Me
current
too.
day about Will Smith
Hmm.
being bisexual.
Hmm.
But you know, and I'm gonna speak back to the wisdom I have from my elder, my uncle. You know, he said that that's a tough jacket to put on somebody's back. A strong accusation to make on someone's character without having like proof or a first person account of some activities like that taking place. So, with that being said, the message or what I'm trying to convey is, the they could be uh, it could be a time in Will Smith's life where you know he may have reached his pinnacle, you know, and they may be just trying to bring his stock and his character down, you know. So you never know, or you never really know what to believe, to be honest.
You really don't. You really
Hmm.
don't. And I like what your uncle said, because
Yeah,
that's the way I took it.
yeah.
Um, they vilify and slander these brothers, man, and it's awful. It is really
Yeah.
awful. What's even more painstaking and overwhelming to me is how the community just jumps on it without
Hmm.
any type of empirical or any type of hardcore evidence. I'm always
Hmm.
saying that to lead with logic is to use knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and you have to base that off of something. You have to have a reference point.
Yeah.
Like you said, we don't know what it is really, so we have no reference point to say if that's right or wrong, whether it's fact
Yeah.
or fiction. The
Hmm.
next thing would be the family, the black family unit and the structure. You coming up, man, your dad and your mom splitting when you were
Hmm.
8, you understand the importance of having a strong family unit, man, woman, child, knowledge, wisdom, understanding. In the news, another thing that I see, that we see a black family that's cracking on display in front of us, is the Kiki Palmer and Darius Jackson thing.
Hmm.
Uh, and again, brothers and sisters, these people are just um, this is a case study in the black family being whole, right?
Hmm.
The black family staying intact, and what can happen when it does not stay intact. Like another Jay-Z riff is, nobody wins when the family feuds.
Uh-huh.
Um, you aware of that, Askia, what's going on with them? Are you aware of,
Yeah, I'm aware of what happened. There's been some. If correct me if I'm wrong. The latest is like it's a restraining order, and his name is Darius Jackson, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and it's an accusation that or allegation that he put his hands
His
on
hands
Kiki
on it.
Palmer.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
There you go. There you
yeah,
go.
and it's an unfortunate situation, Faheem, and if you look at this situation from cradle to grave, like uh, this man's character has been, on the chopping block
That's
as
right.
this entire situation. It hasn't been anything that he can do right because when he spoke up as a man, you know, for his family, he
Right.
was, I guess drugged through the through
Through
what
the
do they
mud.
call it? Shea butter Twitter. he was he was he was his manhood was put up or he was emasculated. Uh,
Hmm. Big time.
and then him and Kiki worked out their differences. And I'm a big proponent. I'm gonna put that disclaimer. I'm real big on minding my own business. But
Yes,
now
sir.
you get to allegation with Kiki, the statement that made by Kiki's Palmer's mother, which gaslights the situation and make it even worse. And
That's
now
right.
you have a young black, successful, you know, prominent, and also a family that's in the forefront of like the generation coming under us. And it seems as though that like the family is imploding right now. So I definitely I hope things are able to be fixed and they can repair their family, and and I want the best for all parties involved, to be honest with you.
I do too. I couldn't have
Yeah,
said this is why Ski is the brother. Man,
yeah,
listen, that's a black family, that's our brother, and that's our sister. And
yeah,
like you said, people had a problem with him. I'm with you. I'm in the mind of my business. These are just the case study is keeping the black family intact.
yeah,
This is just an example of what happens when
yeah,
A, B, and C transpires, right?
yeah.
Um,
And one thing I wanted, like, and you got to think about it too, Faheem. Like these young couples, and I actually noticed that, like in when I was living in Miami, and not to go too off topic, but I noticed that a
speak
lot of
on.
couples mimic social media couples. Like, so if they see, like, if they see drama, they kind of emulate that into their own relationship and stuff like that. And you got to be mindful of who you take up as idols and stuff like that, man.
That's
So
right.
you got to
That's right.
be real, and it's hard. It's a lot of distractions out here. My own self, I have to be cognizant of what I'm taking in and what I'm letting, penetrate my, my spiritual barrier. You know,
Absolutely. Listen,
yeah,
I don't know. You probably heard it. I did a podcast a year, maybe some years ago now. Wow.
mm,
And I called it "What is your diet?"
mm-hmm.
Meaning, diet consists of more than just your nutrition from
Yeah,
food. It's something that says in the Bible, man does not live on bread alone.
mm-hmm.
That's talking about that diet that you talking about. That's talking about consumption of everything and how it affects you, right? It's not
Yeah,
just the food that you take in with your mouth.
mm,
It's those things that you take in with your eye and your third eye, right?
yeah,
That become into your spirit because that can have an effect. If you eat junk food, it's gonna come out of your body. If you
mm,
consume junk in your spirit, it's gonna manifest
yeah,
through your spirit and your body. So that's absolutely right. What you saying is right and exact. Um, yeah, man. I'm to get back to what I was saying. I was just gonna add on to what you were saying, brother Skia. I really want the best for all parties involved, and
okay,
at the end of the day, the boy that the child that's in the middle that didn't ask to be here, and you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? That's
yeah,
who I think about when I think about issues or problems that may arise in a black family, in any family really, but a black
mm,
family, it's like, man, that child, we got to work this out because if we don't get this right, the child is going to be the vulnerable. They're going to be the
yeah,
one that
yeah,
suffers in the end. So I'm with you. I really want that thing to work out. And then um the last thing that I'll ask you about, man, is Joe Smith and his wife
oh man,
having it out, and the broader message and step in a skill. Stop me when you need to, when you got your thoughts, because this is for you.
mm,
I'm just setting it up for you. With Joe Smith, this is one man that's it's a to married men, to men in general. It's a conundrum, right?
mm-hmm.
It's dual headed because on one end, brothers and sisters, man has to provide. He has
Yeah,
to. He has
mm-hmm.
to. Now, it might not always be as much financially. That's the other part of it. He is a man only what he offers financially. Is that the measure of the man? Just what he offers financially. That doesn't let us off the hook as brothers. We still need to be able to provide for our family. But
and
is money the only thing we provide? Go ahead, Askia. Take it away.
yeah, and I want to chime in right there, man. And that's a powerful message that I learned from a brother that's a mutual friend of me and Keon. He's a big time comedian now, comedian Marvin Hunter.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
yeah, I'm gonna send you his Instagram, but
Please
he
do.
told me about, man, oof, it's hard to say. It's been that long ago, but this was probably in about 2007. He told me, man, you have to be with a woman as your wife that if you fumble that football, she's gonna have to be able to pick that football up
And run
and
with it.
run it on in the end zone. So, you take from that what you can, but like, I know that our role is to provide, but we all fall short, so you need somebody that when you drop that ball, and that's in your vows, when you
That's
get
right.
married. So you
That's
have
right.
to have that. If you don't have that, a person is willing to carry that football and run it on in the end zone, you need that. You need
You
that.
do. You
Yeah,
absolutely do.
yeah.
Wow. And that's really why I highlighted that, because brothers and
Hmm.
sisters, like Askia, I'm man, it is of no consequence because they're human beings like we are. And
Hmm.
I believe in getting my house in order before I even look across the street to try to say what other people need to do. That's how I
Yeah.
view these celebrities. They live in houses that everybody can see.
You see. Yeah.
But we can extract the lessons, we can
Hmm.
extract the moral in the story, because just like it happens to them, just like it's happening to them, it can happen to us, and it is happening to us.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
with Joe, man, again, online, the peanut gallery is calling him less than a man. His
Yeah.
wife is making statements that, like you said, are uh are uh are pointing to, like you say, not even picking up the ball and being on his team. You wonder, is she gonna tackle him? You wondering
Yeah.
what team she playing for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He done
Yeah.
dropped the
Yeah.
ball, and now she tackling him, and she doing her dance. So everybody
Yeah.
watching, it's like, wait a minute, what team were you really playing for this whole time?
Yeah,
You
man.
know,
And well, just to chime in again and just bring it
please
to
do.
another a guy, and his messages is egregious, but sometimes he has really good points, and that's Corey Holcomb. I don't know if you
Yeah,
ever,
yeah, I'm with you. We
yeah,
on the same page.
yeah. You can if you go watch his show, you jumping in a swamp, but you may come out there with a gem every now and then, a diamond, because it's definitely an aggressive message. But he has said that, like, coming up, we all as young black men, we don't know how to really choose wives. What I'm saying. We don't
Right.
we don't. But some of us get lucky.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Hey, listen, I heard Minister Farrakhan say three sciences, and I think you can agree to this, Brother Skia. Three sciences that we don't really know about: the science of warfare,
Hmm.
the science of business, and what you talking about is the science of mating.
Mating. Okay.
We
Okay.
don't, we don't understand the science of mating. Like you say,
Hmm.
we looking like I tell my oldest son all the time, hey, uh, talk to her with your eyes closed.
Hmm.
Because if you open your eyes, it's almost like the reverse Medusa. Medusa was so ugly, she was turning people to stone, right?
Hmm.
That's the mythology. But a lot of sisters are so beautiful, they turning people's head to stone. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like your
Yeah.
brain, you know what I mean? You can't
Yeah.
think. You can't
Hmm.
think. So
Hmm.
you need to look at her aspirations. Look at where she's going. Look at if y'all are in alignment. The Bible says equally yoked. I know you're a spiritual brother and you versed in that Bible. It says being equally yoked. Hey man,
No.
that means, look, are we going the same direction? And are her principles and her values, do they align with yours? Because
Yeah.
I know me, in the past, it's a sexual thing, right? It's a lust
Mm.
type of thing. And then we don't realize till later on, well, I might not even really vibrate with this person on the human wavelength, on the human level in that way. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So I think that's what you were
Yeah. That's what I was
discussing,
trying
man.
to say. Yeah, definitely. If this does this person have like moral character to like stay in your corner if you become sick and shut in and you need this person to take care of you for the rest of your time on this earth. or this person gonna drop you back off at your mama house.
Right. Hey, hey, you
Yeah.
remind me of Chris Rock. You remember Bring the Pain? He said Michael Jordan and Juanita, he said, I ain't moving back to my mama house because you ain't in love.
Yeah.
Hey man,
Definitely.
look, before I get out of here, man, I
Uh-huh.
gotta ask you this.
Hmm.
And I never did. This is a first, y'all. This is the first time I ever asked Brother Askia this for all the years I known him. Man, what is it? What in what faith are you, and what gives you that strength and that glow that you got, big brother? What keeps you grounded, Askia? Because you, man, you've been so solid, bro. You've been regular as rain, like they said on the wire. Like Fat Joe
Yeah.
said, man, this brother regular as rain with his personality and his humility. What informs that, Askia?
Man, I consider myself a Christian, uh, but I am not gonna be dishonest when I tell you that I pick up discipline from the Nation of Islam as well, and the Islamic faith. I am I have a Muslim name, Askia.
Yeah, that's
No,
right.
no way. Yeah, my first and middle name mean the foundation of Black civilization, and I was named after Askia the Great. We had a
Askia the Great.
conversation all the time.
Yes,
So
sir.
I have, and Faheem, even to add on top of that, man, when I was a little kid, my dad was making that transition over to Islam. So I remember going to the mosque. I remember being with Hakeem and his family, and going through practices. So a lot of like, my heart does resonate with Islam as well. And
Yes.
and if you even look at some of my designs, I have a hat in Farsi that says "God knows I'm trying." So I do respect the diligence and the discipline of Islam as well.
Listen, man, what I would say to you, big brother, is that root knowledge. That root
Mm,
knowledge, man. If you stick with that root knowledge, the root knowledge is what informs the universe, right? Because
mm,
the root knowledge, if we build on that, then we don't really harp on the branch that we own because we understand
mm,
underneath it all, it's the same life force, it's the
mm.
same energy, it's the same God that's giving us all strength to branch out successfully and go our own separate ways. So, man,
Okay,
you just exemplify that so much, big brother.
I
Uh,
appreciate that.
man,
But
listen, go ahead, go ahead.
God knows I'm trying, man. I'm just trying
Yes.
every day to just be better. Even if I fall all the way off, I'm gonna get back up and try again, man.
Woo, man. Tell the people one more time where we can find you, where you're gonna be at with the pop-up event, and also give us your wife's website so we can get some of that beautiful Fika coffee.
Okay, I'll start off with Kirsten's website. That's fikacoffee.com, and that's spelled FeekaCoffee.com. And my website is ChineseBabyCompany.com. You can find all of my merch on that website, and my Instagram handle is going to be god.ein. Dot, I'm sorry, let me take
You
that
good,
back.
you good, you good,
Yeah,
you good.
God dot knows dot I'm dot trying on Instagram, and that's my Instagram handle. And also, like I said, my website is ChineseBabyCompany.com, and also you can find me on TikTok as well at God knows I'm trying.
Listen, 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 y'all. Man, this is another wonderful interview into the books. Um, you having a pop-up. I want you to tell
Oh
that.
yeah, on the 25th, and I'm gonna put the just follow me on my on Instagram, and I'll have the flyer on my Instagram page.
Man, listen. Hey, brother, I love you, the life of Skia. You know that,
Yeah.
man.
Likewise, man. Likewise.
Man, look, we gonna be in touch. We gonna be talking, but uh man, y'all get behind the brother, get behind black business, man. because that's truly one of the ways that we can raise ourselves out of our condition that we are in. We have to keep the money in house. If you don't believe me, look at the stats on how every ethnic group's dollar circulates through their community. The Jewish dollar circulates for 30 days.
Hmm.
The Asian dollar circulates for 45 days. But then when you get to the Afro American dollar, it circulates for 30 minutes. And
Okay.
so that is a problem. That is a real issue. So
But
patronizing. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, I have one question for you.
Mhm.
Can you tell everybody your website and where they can get your merch and your Instagram page as well?
Listen to this. See, you see us.
Yeah.
Listen, he just reminded me to do my duty. That's my big brother.
Hmm.
Man, leadwithlogic7.com. Leadwithlogic7.com.
Hmm.
And my Instagram is lead with logic. You look, this is on YouTube, but this is also going to be on Apple Podcasts. This is also going to be on Instagram. It'll be on where else? Where else? Where else? Spotify,
Hmm.
Google Plus, and Amazon Music. All of
Okay.
those places, man. You can find me, man. Yeah, and it's my. I gotta back up a little bit. You can see, this lead with logic, man. This is
Yeah.
this is my design, man. And I was motivated and inspired by brothers like Askia, man, to do something, man, for myself.
Yeah.
And you see, got the Basquiat baby. I see it,
Yeah.
man. That's
Yeah.
beautiful, man. That is
Yeah. I
beautiful.
appreciate
You rocking it. So listen, you got to come back and see us, brother Skia. Now that we know you, man, I'm gonna try to have, man, a panel where we do some topics, man, where everybody can come on, introduce themselves again, talk about what they got going on, and then we just get into topics, man, because everybody's seen you. Now we just talking about things and our take on it, right? Popular, spiritual things,
it.
issues that are present and moving through the community, and everybody gets a take, man. And the same way me and you talking, we just chopping it up, man. So it's almost like a lead with logic round table.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and I want you to be a part of that, big brother.
Yeah. Always, man. Always.
So look, don't go nowhere, man. But listen, look, y'all know where to find me, man. Y'all know where to find me. This is brother Faheem. Thank you all for coming through, man. Thank you all for tuning in, man. And listen, like I always say, may we meet again in the light of understanding. Peace and love, y'all.
All right. Have a good night.